Are you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Well, you're watching the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. You're listening to Some Broadway World or over here on the Broadway Podcast Network. And I love new musicals. And the musical is running from May 8th to June 8th. A full month. You have a full month to see this, everybody. MADDIE, a new musical is coming. It's going to be MaddieMusical.com. I'm so excited to hear about it at the Players Theater, which is such a great place to see it. And listen, the ticket prices, they're less than you can get a ticket to see a big old Broadway show. You can have money for parking and food and still go out to see an amazing new show. So Andrew and Andy are here. We're going to find out what they have to do with the show. What's the show about? What are you going to need to know about who's going to come see it, who's in it, the whole thing. We got the scoop before it comes and takes New York by storm. Andy, welcome to the show. Andrew, welcome to the show.
Hi, Robert. Thank you so much.
Look at y'all are on the streets. Andrew's on the street of New York City, out here in these streets. And it looks like Andy's in an elevator or in front of a door. Are you in an elevator, Andy?
No, I'm actually at my full-time job at the Eugene O'Neill Theater at the Book of Mormon on Broadway. So I'm currently in our bar location because it's a little quiet in here and I can hear you well.
Well, we love that. Well, hello, Eugene O'Neill. And Andrew is out in the street.
You know it. I'm in between rehearsals right now.
Well, tell me about this show, everybody. Andrew is the director and the choreographer.
Yes, it's really nice to meet everyone. Thank you so much for having us, Robert. I'm the director and choreographer of MADDIE. I moved to New York about 12 years ago. And since then, I've been in and out of New York, directing, choreographing, assisting, and teaching full-time.
It's amazing on the hustle. I hear you. And Andy, what about you? Well, you're not at the Eugene O'Neill Theater. What's your role with this show?
Yes, Andrew and I are co-producers on MADDIE, and we co-founded our company Bennett Theatricals in early 2023 as a way to produce new work. You know, we're both really artistic people. We have great networks of creatives in our lives, and we wanted an opportunity to be able to produce our own stuff. And so Bennett Theatricals was born, and a couple of years later, here we are with MADDIE.
So congratulations. This is the first one, Andrew?
So we actually started developing this show about 3 years ago, first as an equity staged reading. Then we became a concert at 54 Below with that same cast. And then about a little over a year ago, we did a workshop at New York Theater Festival as well.
Well, this is exciting. So you've had this show in your repertoire and you've been working on it and tinkering with it for a long time. What are the steps? It's really hard to get a show off the ground. It's really hard to find an original show. It's hard to get the money. It's hard to find a place. So how many years have you worked on it, Andy? And what does it feel like that not only do you have a place, but you have a run, like you have a month-long run?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, we actually signed the deal with Players Theater back 2 years ago when we were doing all this creative work on the show, what Andrew was talking about in terms of the workshop, the reading, and all of that. So ever since then, it's just been preparing for this. You know, we've been fundraising, we've been strategizing, we've been budgeting, we've been having creative discussions. And it's just, you know, we've all built to this point. So it's so exciting to finally be here.
You're here. So Andrew, tell us a little bit. Is there fear? What was the fear to get here? Were there days did you think it wasn't going to happen? Were there days you almost gave up? Were there days? And then what was it like when you got that contract and the show was set and you were going to make this happen?
There is always fear, Robert, always fear. But I think the most exciting thing for me is that this cast is so spectacular. There's no choice but to rise above any sense of doubt, any sense of unwavering of if it's going to happen or not. But just to share a little bit about the process in getting here with them, a big thing that I did at the beginning of the process a couple of years ago, actually, is sit down with the script just to think about how a New York audience is going to relate to it. And I think one of the biggest things that I realized really quickly was that we did need a few adjustments in how people would connect to it. So I think that definitely was my biggest worry. But we've made some really, really big strides, Andy and I, in creating something that I think New York is going to really like.
That's super exciting. That's so exciting. So Andy, tell us, what is this show, and why, out of all the shows in the world, why was Maddie the baby that you guys hung in with that needed to be told?
Well, yes, that kind of came about through Andrew. So I hope he doesn't mind me sort of telling his story, but please jump in anytime. So one of Andrew's mentors was this great guy named Chet Walker, who was a Broadway performer who I believe passed a year or two ago. And Maddie was sort of his project, which he had taken on. So actually, we need to go back even further. The show originated in the 1990s in London and had a premiere on the West End, actually. And it hasn't ever premiered in the United States. So I believe Chet Walker was working on doing that. And when he passed, Andrew sort of took it under his wing to see what we could do with it. Is that right?
You hit the nail on the head. Exactly.
All right, so Andrew, what is this show about? What is Maddie?
So Maddie takes place in the late 1970s. This protagonist couple has moved into an attic apartment in downtown New York City. And as they're painting the apartment, they uncover a message behind a strip of wallpaper. And the message says, "Read it and weep, Madeline Marsh." And through the course of the first section of the show, there's actually a ghost that comes out of the wall. And that ghost is Madeline Marsh. And she's a 1920s film star, ex-film star, who's unfortunately passed away, but she's back for a second chance. So the show becomes a story about second chances and what we learn from Maddie through that goal.
So much fun. MaddieMusical.com is where you can get the dates and information, and everybody can get their tickets. Like we said, it's going to run from for a month. It's running the month from May 8th to June 8th. So it's a perfect month. Find your time, get a ticket. So Andy, what is it like to build this team? I know Andrew's doing double duty as he's the director, he's the choreographer. You're both co-producing. What is the rest of the creative team and this cast like? Do we know the cast yet?
We have a cast. Yes, we have a cast of 6 principals, 4 ensemble members, and 2 swings. And we started rehearsal this week on Monday. So we've been diving right in. And they have to say they are super fabulous, led by the super talented up-and-coming actress Kelly Marr. Is that how you say it, Andrew? Marr, Kelly,
Yes.
M-A-U-R. And she's our star. She plays Jan Chaney and Madeline Marsh. And I'm already in love with her. I love watching her perform. She really is a star. And she has a song, actually, where she tells us all about that in the show. And other than that, in terms of the creative team, I mean, we've got everybody, usually associated with shows. We've got a lighting designer. We've got a sound designer. We've got an intimacy director. We have an assistant director, assistant choreographer. And we're really excited about our projections designer, too. We're going to bring some really cool elements in there with that. Some great stage management folks, great orchestrators. And, of course, we have the blessings from the original writers from all the way from the UK, who are going to come over to see it. So it's really been great. We have a great team of folks.
This is you all put on a full-blown big bonanza of a show. Like, you didn't just start with 2 actors in a black box with no set. And you also went, Andrew, you went for a musical. Like it's one thing to say we're going to do Shakespeare. You don't have to pay any rights, and we'll do it above a police station somewhere downtown. You all just went for the whole shebang.
We did. What's funny is that the space that we're actually playing in, Players Theater, is a really, really fun space. The space is actually pretty small. So something that, even though it is a big show, with the writers, we worked on condensing the cast size and also the material. We've tried to make it as small as possible. But I think, as Andy says really well, it takes a village. It truly does, on the team, on all sides of this. So I think that even though it is a smaller show in a small space, we couldn't help ourselves but to really pack in the opportunity to as many people as we could.
You did it up, doing it up. So Andy, for you all, you were attached to this story for these years. What hooks you about it? What kept you in? Like, what about this story is like, there's something charming, cute, and wonderful that we need to tell?
Well, you hit the nail on the head when you said charming. I mean, it is such a lovely piece of musical theater, classic musical theater escapism. You know, it transports us to the 1970s in New York City, which I wasn't there, but it sounds like a great time to be in the West Village. So it's literally where the show is happening is where the show took place, which is a kind of cool experience too. Um, and I love the music. Honestly, that's what has kept me hooked into this piece. We were so excited. We won best score at the New York Theater Workshop for a reason. I mean, the music is absolutely beautiful. Stephen Keeling is the composer from the UK. And there's some really good material in there that I think people are going to like hearing over here for the first time. I think there's some songs that are going to trickle their way out into, you know, cabaret spaces and kids' repertoire books and audition rooms. And like, I really hope that happens because I want to hear it. I want to hear more of it.
You're saying these songs will be ruined in audition rooms for years to come once
Exactly.
the
I hope not ruined, but maybe played a bit. Yeah, we'll see.
Andrew, you're not only the director but the choreographer, so I guess we're going to be dancing in this show.
Yes, there's a big production number in Act One called Drive Me Wild. And it's actually one of the first times that we meet Maddie, the ghost, who is actually played by the actress who also plays Jan. But that number is a big release for that character, and it involves the entire ensemble. It's at another character in the show's Mrs. Van Ark's mansion. So very elegant, big production number, very period, sort of 20s based in style and movement.
It sounds fun. So Andy, as a producer, do you have like a spreadsheet? Do you know how to add things? Are you good with money? Like, what is your job exactly?
Oh, honey, we got spreadsheets on spreadsheets on spreadsheets on folders in Google Drives and subfolders and subslacks and Reddit threads and interns and a partridge and a mother pantry.
Not a Reddit thread. That's it. Yeah, I want to find the MADDIE Reddit thread budget outline. Yes.
Yes, it has been a huge learning experience for me. I mean, I went to school for musical theater performance, so that's what my bread and butter was in, and I still love to do that. But as I'm transitioning into more, you know, producer, general management side of things, I mean, it's a constant learning experience to be doing it on a bigger and bigger level. So listen, I'm not going to say I always get it right because it's literally, you know, learning as we go. But I'm so thankful to have Andrew, who is a great sounding board, who always has great ideas. And together, I think we just, you know, we figure it out. And we both have great networks of people and folks supporting us too.
That's so exciting. I'm so excited for you all. Andrew, what kind of director are you? Like, what have you learned is your directing style? Like, how do you handle the actors and how do you marry the idea of what you have in your head with the humanity that they bring to it to kind of create the best performance for them and the piece as a whole?
Thank you for asking, Robert. I think that's a really good question. So traditionally, my directing style sort of falls under more of realism. So even if it's a comedy, I really try to base everything coming from a realistic place for the actors as human beings, but also from the reality of where their characters are coming from in context of the show. But with that, I will say the style of this show definitely leans more into like musical comedy, a little over the top. So I've been in rehearsal, sort of encouraging and empowering the group to really lean into that style, just because I think that's what our audiences are going to really appreciate and enjoy overall. Um, and then I will say I am very trusting of my actors. I always, especially in a casting process, find people who I feel like I can trust in the room, and who I think have really good instincts that would be able to run with an idea. And I was actually joking with an actor yesterday in rehearsal, and I said, "What I love about you is I could give you a number and then let you make it a Tony Award-winning performance." So I really appreciate that about the actress playing Kelly. The actress Kelly playing Maddie in the show. And then just in general, I think our cast is really great.
Can't beat that. That's as exciting as can be. Andy, this is a question for both of you. You started your own company, you've been working on this for years. What can we say is advice for people who want to be creatives in New York or wherever across the country when they're watching this? Because a lot of us wait for a yes. A lot of us wait for somebody to give us permission to do it. And you two both took the bull by the horns and made your own permission to do the projects you want to work on. So what is something, how do you get the courage? How do you get yourself together to take the first steps to start something like that?
Well, I mean, I think you just hit the nail on the head when you said don't wait for somebody else to give you the opportunity. Don't be afraid to just take it yourself and to try new things. I mean, that's the thing when you're starting out, like everything is new. So it's all going to be scary. But the point is you just have to do it. Like, and and you might fail, you might fuck it up, but like you're going to get up and you're going to learn something from it and you're going to get better, and start small. Like I know you were saying like, yes, this show feels big and it is in a way, but like we have as a company done a lot more general management type gigs where we've done just like a 29-hour reading of a show, which was a lot smaller. We did an Off-Broadway play last year, which was great. So it's good to start small, see how it goes, and work your way up, and do it with people you like.
Yes, that's really nice.
Absolutely.
Andrew, what have you learned so far? What advice can you impart on people looking to do what you do? Oh, and maybe Andrew's going to leave. I think his phone's about to die. Andrew,
Yeah.
we'll have to go ahead.
Oh,
Andrew.
no.
We appreciate you.
Gonna share. I'm sorry, you guys. I've been on the run all day. My phone is literally on 2%. I have to tell you, I'm so sorry.
This is perfect.
But I just want to say thank you so much for having us, Robert. I'm really, really grateful to meet you and for your viewers to come and see the show. I think it's really, really important that people see the story. I really, really hope that New York likes it. We've been working hard for that. So thank you for having us. I really, really appreciate it.
MaddieMusical.com, everybody, is where you can get your tickets. You can go to the Players Theater and get those tickets. It's going to be on the Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays at 7, Saturdays and Sundays at 2. You can go right down to MacDougal Street and you can get your tickets and see the show. Get your 2 hours so you don't have to take your ADD medication. They're not going to keep you there for 4 hours to get through the show. I love 2 hours with an intermission because you can have a moment, you can buy a drink, get back for the second half, and then you'll never say this went too long, because that's what I say at most shows. And so this is the show for you. Go check it out. It's a brand new, we want to support you. So Andy and Andrew, congratulations.
That is so sweet, Robert. I really appreciate your time. It's the most valuable thing we have in this world. So thank you for sharing it with us.
Back at you. MaddieMusical.com, everybody. And I hope to see you for the next one. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.